Hey guys, Finlox here, back with our blind playthrough of In Other Waters. I really hope this is our last episode, but something tells me it's not. Ignore the 6%. I'm not clicking on any of the animals. I worry my biologist will turn more of them into improvised explosive devices. I kind of don't know what we're doing down... Oh, really? You reload and you get full stuff? Well, that's cool, I guess. That works for me. Central atrium. Derelict atrium reaches upwards. A sculpted rock towers rising into the dark. We can use it to reach the upper levels. Oh. Well. Okay then. I didn't expect that. Sure. Let's go over here first. Decorative rocks, basalt towers brought from the slopes above to decorate the aquarium. A reminder for the occupants of the ocean above their heads. Alright, let's go here. Right, so if you're wondering what's going on, basically we found that evil mega corporation ignored a planet full of life. And we don't know why. It built a whole city here. And that city, something happened, and then it went away. They sealed it off. Upper arcology, 8 broken windows stare out of the atrium into the upper floors, where white paneled walls resist the rust. I guess that's the glass. Atrium walkway. Unlike the lower level, the walls here have resisted the corrosion. They're matte white covering stained with orange, but unbroken. Well, now we know if we ever run low on stuff, we could just save and quit and restart. Northern lab. A huge entryway suggests this is the complex's main lab. Faded bicolor markings explain procedures for entry and decontamination. Well, and it, you know, it's still aliens, right? Because they're talking about the ancients. Security iris. While the main locks are open, the entryway is sealed with a hastily installed security iris. We should be able to cut through. Alright, torch, prime, ignite. There you go. I guess it's better to do it automatically than have a frickin' mini game. You know, shattered doorway. The glass here was violently shattered by the breach, breaking open what looks like a clean room. Yeah, and they said someone did something. Constantine did something, and that doomed everyone. Ruined fabricator. This looks like a suit fabricator, but retooled to build large-scale machinery. Its buckled plates reveal a crimson interior fused by rust. Presumably, we're going to need something here to go deeper into the abyss. That would be my guess, to find these architects. Uh-oh. I mean, he's looking at Jack in the warm cat bed. Okay, LB, the artificers with them. We could rewrite life as we wish. We could rewrite it to endure, Lucas, to surpass us. Ah, okay, so that's what, suitcases like blocky coffins. These containers are still used by Bicol to ship their suits to active facilities. These are empty. We could, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what what's-her-name wanted to do, rewrite her own life. Programming lab, rows of chairs and corroded consoles. You want to come up here, Mimi? You coming up? All right, let me pause so it doesn't deplete my oxygen. Are you eating cat hair also? You want to come on up? He just begged me for spinach, so I gave him some spinach. And then now he's eating cat hair. The better to vomit it up later. Maybe if I'm lucky, he'll do it on the carpet and stain it green. That would be even more fantastic. Oh, here he is. Here he is. There he be. How are you, my cutie cat? You want to get in the lap? Yeah? You're so good. You. You are so good. You want to come into the lap? I'm warm too, you know. My lap is warm. It might not be as comfortable as a heated cat bed, however. My lap is filled with love. My ancestors are watching me, Imperial. Can you say the same? Are you going? Where do you want to go? In the lap? No? Up there? Okay, just be careful, alright? Okay. Alright. System dialogue, P23. I don't know. I just don't know what the plot of this is. The game, I mean. L. Fiorentini, dive recorder, take the suit, Akari, stop arguing without you, this project is dead anyway. Oki needs to survive. Is that us? Are we Oki? A. Nomura, right? Anne. My little Mine, I'm sorry to leave you all alone. Anne, sing a little for your mother, it's so quiet here. Okay, this is the person that we heard talk to us. I think. Baikal work suit. Lightweight lab suit sits propped in a chair. Sediment drifts from gashes in the soft material. Hollow sockets in the helmet faceplate. The suit is tagged Akari Nomura. I don't understand. How? It's impossible. It's her. It's Mine's mother. This is why Mine came here. She was looking for her mother. She has been here a long time. Decades. Has Mine been looking for her all this time? God, Mine, why didn't you say something? Anything. I can't. Give me a minute. That's okay. I'm the pilot. Akari Nomura's lab. The lab is ripped apart. Plates buckled outwards. Massive coolant pipes breached, twisted metal now browned with age. Presumably this is what we're here to find. The secret of us. Long yellow cylinder marked with turquoise glyphs identical to the casing mounted on the back of this suit. Our suit. Okay. We shall see. This is the same cylindrical casing as the one mounted on the suit. The same casing that houses you. Yep. Akari was building this, building it from artificers, building it with the machines in this arcology. She was building you. This is you, one of you at least. A draft, an earlier version, a prototype. Well, I'm glad we brought this up again. We haven't done anything with the AI the whole frickin' game. Akari is your mother, your creator. Great. She erased my memory, too. Did you know this? Did you know about any of this? No. Then you forgot? You malfunctioned? God, I can't think. We need to go. I don't want to be here anymore. Please. Oh, but we're not heading back to the base yet. Glass tubes that once fed coolant into the lab's core are shattered. Glass shards now smoothed by soft currents. So then what happened? So she was building us. Coolant pipe. The inside of the pipe bulges with corroded growth. It stretches up towards the surface, and a faint circle of light glows above. Oh, we ascend from here? Do we... I guess. Is there a real... Oh, or we could go down. Let's go down. Okay, we keep going down. Do we want to keep going down? Is that what we want to do? I don't know, man. Or do we want to go up? Well, this is the bottom. Alright. I think we're supposed to go down, but not from here, maybe. Okay. Let's keep going up then, I guess. Unless that was a glitch, a bug where we didn't really go down that much. Okay, well, wherever this is, rock outcrop, surface of the basalt towers dances faintly with the blue light that falls from the surface above. They look calm, ancient. Presumably this is where we're supposed to go. Slopes descend into the dark ahead. There's silver silt, a single plane leading towards an inevitable end. Do you think they're even going to bring up the thing again? We are out. I don't know what to say. We're still in range of the ROV on the slopes. Call for pickup. Let's go home. Guess. Is that what we want to do? Alright. I mean, that was the point. I got emotional there for a second. I was like, oh, we're actually gonna do something with it. We're actually gonna talk about AI and... No. Maybe in a second. Let's see. You're back. I guess. I'm down in medical. I disabled the quarantine. Smart thinking. No way we'll all die. It's beautiful in here. Aha. See? This is what I mean. This is emotional thought. Oki, is that your name? I don't know. Say yes. I like it. Despite the history. Listen, I don't know what you're thinking right now, but I wanted to say I trust you. Do you? What happened to I need to know if I could trust you? I don't know what you knew about the archaeology, about Baikal's history on this planet, even your own history. But I do know you helped me, you protected me, you guided me. Oh, come on. I owe you for that no matter where you came from. You didn't choose to be created like any of us, but this place is your home. You're made from pieces of this ocean, from pieces of the past at least. Now be free! I'm learning not to be afraid of the past. I'm not afraid of her either, of Mine, if that is her name now. I think she must have found something among those skeletons in the bloom. Something truly alien. It changed her, it continues to change her. Or perhaps that is what is needed. Change. I found something I think you need to hear. I've been going through the archaeology data, and it wasn't the only facility on this planet. There were 2 other sites, 2 other Baikal facilities. We need to find them. Baikal was up to something on this planet, something bigger than just AI research. Is that what we are? I don't want to look away. I want to see what Baikal did here with my own eyes. I marked the site's coordinates on the dive map. We should be able to cut our way in. It's not just about Mine anymore. It's about Baikal. It's about what happened here. It's about your history, the weight it carries. I'm ready when you are. Med subject. Yep. So she's all over and like here's the thing, right? Like she's in there, she's like, I disabled the quarantine. It's so beautiful in here. We need, you know, we can't just be afraid of the past anymore. We gotta look towards the future. It's like, bitch, there's a reason quarantine procedures are in place and your feelings don't count. What if it's clear that she's growing, she's probably got some freaking spores. They're gonna grow in your lungs and you're gonna die horribly, right? Unidentified subject, data breach detected, signal, something. Ellery, signal. Okay. Yep. Don't care. We can't look at the past. Oh my god, spores are growing in my lungs, I can't breathe. Like, that's why quarantines exist. Yeah. Right, I mean, obviously it didn't completely work, whatever she did, so you're just like, and by the way, let's take a look at this for a second, right? Whatever's changing her is now loose on the station. She's done. Mine is gone, and she's left behind one hell of a mess. Yeah. It's actually kind of good writing. I don't think they did this intentionally, right? That they started with that. That's probably just a lucky thing. It would be actually very clever of them to write it that way, if starting with Mine is gone and you know, now she's changing. Like she found something in the bloom, which kills things, by the way. Yeah. Frickin'. We can't be afraid of the past anymore, guys. Oh my god, just like... like, okay. See, this is why I'm just like... This is why I tell people, like, take care of yourselves. Guys, men, focus on yourself. Because this thing, this is what women do. How do you write women so well? I think of a man, and then I take away reason and accountability. The writer, fantastic. Capture the soul of a woman perfectly. I just realized we can't be afraid of the past anymore. Why can't I breathe? Where are all these spores coming from? Oh my god! I know you've been reading these. The access logs show someone has been the file system of my terminal, and well, the process of elimination has to be you. Doesn't it say... I mean, did you lock them? They weren't you know, there's no protection. I don't mind, in fact, I suppose I've been running these entries for an imagined audience anyway. Confessions, or maybe just need to talk. We make a strange trio now. Me, a depressed xenobiologist who can't keep their mouth shut, and who ironically uses animals as improvised explosives. You, an AI built from the remains of a sentient species, and your sister, Mine, who is now more plant than human, and is spreading spores that will probably kill everyone on the station. But as far as I can tell, we are the only ones on this planet who have any chance of finding out what happened here. I think I'm starting to understand why Mine called me here. It was because she trusted me not to give up, not to let this go. Let's not disappoint her. Okay. Oh god. Oh. You coming down, Mine? Alright, we got... Wait, what is this? Another Baikal facility sits at the center of the bloom. Beneath the rocky shelf in arcology data is labeled Site 2. I don't remember what it was saying. Oh. Sample request. Nope, I don't care. I still think this is gonna get filled in. Just my guess. Can we use the... No. And what is this one? Priority, one of the Baikal facilities in the area is labeled Site 1. Was this the origin of everything that happened here? I guess we'll go to this one first. I don't know if we're going to get the other two entries from each of these. That'd be nice. It'd be nice if these were the last two. Alright, which way? This way? Can we go this way? I think we've been to this one before. Pulsing growth, surrounded by shimmering petals, pulsing stalk pumps out spores. Do these carbon-rich particles feed plants too? We are going to get some samples though, I think. Because we need more. We may need more. Yeah, 10 and 15, they're great. But I'm thinking in terms of consuming them in the suit. As the shattered edge of the reef curves away to the east, the currents fade and the static water grows warmer. Tall canopy. From the cover of this canopy, I can see a series of tall pillars out to the east, each one topped with a garden of unknown life. Well, we can go... Oh god, we need the strong current. A strong current cuts across the east edge of the shelf with the turquoise haze of the open ocean stretching beyond. Vector blocked because you need this, presumably. We're just gonna go... because this is counting down. Let's just keep going. Oh. Alright, I guess we don't need it anymore. Blue haze, out away from the pillars, the ocean grants a sense of vertigo, fading down to an unknown depths below. Yup, it's terrifying. Barren pillar. This pillar, unlike the others, lacks a garden of its own. Have the plants been cleared, or have they simply not reached this far yet? You know, I seriously do believe, though, because this journal, they're signed as if she's publishing them, as if this is the history. If this corporation buried this site, all the lawsuits and stuff, it would just be cheaper to hire an assassin or someone just burn everything, destroy everything. Yeah, anyone that sets foot on the planet just gets taken down, you know? Deny, deny, deny. I mean, look at the media today. They're basically just a propaganda machine. Vast shape. The light of the system's 3 suns fall into something amber and huge to the east, almost like a pale orange cloud. Either amber or silt. Shifting tentacle. This translucent tentacle doesn't have a fixed shape. Its individual parts instead cycle through developmental phases as they cohere. Alright. Oh, do we have to cut another door? Pulsing barrier. This hard barrier is webbed with pulsing nodes. To gain access, we would need to slice through it somehow. I wonder if you could have come here earlier. Yep. What are we looking at here? This appears to be a huge colonial life form. Is this what remains of the Site 1 facility? Let's cut it open. Do no harm, environmental biologist, am I right? Then like a little torch. Oh god, my side, my leg. Ah! I guess better than, you know. Right? I mean, whatever. There we go. Now we can go through. Living colony behind the barrier. The throbbing interior of the colony is revealed, filled with throngs of zooids acting as one. Zooids? I guess we go this way. Web structure. Beneath the translucent webs of spherical growths, half-digested walls sit suspended like an exploding room, frozen in time. I guarantee they're never going to mention the us again. Because that's been addressed. Oh, we dealt with the AI. We dealt with the, oh my god, there's a mystery that draws you two closer together. Oh my god, like it's so ham-fisted. Colonial bridges. Actually, it's not ham-fisted. It's just you don't. You can't force relationships. Between the ragged parts of the facility stretch looping bridges, pumping liquid back and forth from the heart of the colony. I mean, they proved that right at the beginning, right? Where she was basically like, "Are you an operator?" And then you're like, "Yes." And she's like, "I don't believe you, you frickin' liar." And then later she's like, "So hey, you don't behave like any other AI I've known." It's like, why? It's like, okay, yes, this is the proper time for that conversation, but the response earlier should have been like, oh, okay, huh, I don't know much about AI, or something like that, right? Like, not, I don't believe you. Anyway, whatever. Between the ragged parts of the facility stretch looping bridges, pumping liquid back and forth from the heart of the colony. Oh, okay, so we got... Sure, let's scan these. Okay, S. Emerson. So is this just like floating in the ocean? Constantine is too arrogant. Just because he discovered the artificers doesn't mean he can decide their fate. Let's see. Why is the oxygen going down? Sam, he wants to free them. And what do the artificers want, Hannah? Has anyone asked them? Great question. Budding Zoids. Tiny medusoid creatures are budding from the walls here, splitting off from luminous stems to join the flow. Let's try going to this one real fast. I don't think there's anything south, but we'll... just to make sure there's not. Tentacle corridor. The walls are flowing massive tentacles. Some have broken away and are floating freely in the water. We might be able to extract them. I don't care so much. A fractured lab. Eaten away on one side, the remains of this lab are like an open set. It's staging ground for the colony's process of sublimation. Yeah, it's like all you have to do is... if you're the corporation, all you have to do is wait for the organisms to basically devour everything, right? Clear passage. Why would the colony preserve the rooms of the facility as it consumes them? What bizarre processes are in action here? F. Voigt. We can't let this continue. We never intended this. That thing they are building. I know. The thing they're building. The central laboratory is almost complete apart from the large tree-like growths cutting through its walls. The thing who is building. Also, why is it like we don't even see it? It's not even on the map. G. Sour. Constantine has already left for Site 2. If the facility fails and Site 3 is breached, the oceanic mind can be stopped. I don't know what that means. Site 3? Is Site 3 the one we were at before this? The one at the bottom? Oceanic mind, huh? Let's go into the center of the room. Colony's heart-dappled light fills the chamber, passing through its complex branching strands, orbited by swarms of zooids. This looks like a biologist's laboratory. It must have been the first exploratory base on the planet. They discovered the artificers. They started all of this. These were scientists like me, employees by Baikal to study this place. How did it end like this? The minds they were building in their ecology, the genetic research they were doing here, they were all working towards something. Something bigger than just one lab. How could they have let this happen? These biologists? Our first contact turned into a resource grab. Yeah, well, I don't know what you mean. Scan all you can, then let's leave this place. I'll review everything back at the base. It won't be long before the colony eats this place away once and for all. Alright, well... I assume that means we're done here, but let's go up here just to be sure. I don't care about scanning the things. Flowing currents. Hull structure of the colony allows water to flow through its core, creating both bulbous corridors and open halls. Gas bladders. This piece of the lab floats on gas bladder zooids, keeping it buoyant. Some float in the open water, the perfect sample candidates. Zoid swarms. These shoals of golden life look solid as I approach, but passing through they are little more than flurries of petals caught on the current. Colony opening. The ocean stretches east from here, a blue desert beneath 3 red suns. What might lie out there beyond the range of the suit? I see. M. Thorfinn. That is absurd, Kevin. They are no different to us, adapting their environment so they may survive. No, they are not us. More gas bladders holding the remains of the lab in place, like the piece of a torn map hinting at the history of a long ruined structure. I mean, that's nice. There are some legitimate, neat things, you know, wall sections. From some angles, the Zoid clogged walls of the facility line up, and I can imagine the past life of this place with all its human dramas. Yep. K. Clark. The artificers are gardeners, not colonizers. They rewrite genetic code to develop mutualism, to foster life. Fragment of a room eaten away into some strange sculpture hanging in the blue. It's hard to imagine what this place once was. Zoid flow. Each Zoid has a function within the colony. Their flow back and forth evidence of some complex process that is impossible to parse. I guess. Pulsing passage. The vague shape of the facility's walls is preserved by the colony. The spaces between filled with shifting swarms of life. Alright, we've been here already, so let's... Now that we've basically made the circuit of this place, yeah, let's head back. So I assume we have to go to the other one now, before it ends this chapter, right? And then we have to find Site 3 and stop the oceanic mind. Or, I don't know, or let it continue, who knows? Back up, I'm going over the data from the facility. I was right to assume the facility was the first base on the planet at the start of all this. The lead biologist, Konstantin Hess, found the artificers here more than 30 years ago. What is truly incredible is what he discovered they could do. Genetic reprogramming, rewriting RNA and DNA, both in themselves and their local environment. Some Earth cephalopods could rewrite their RNA, but nothing at this scale or detail. Artificers tended to this world, nudging its life into new arrangements. Not only that, but their exoskeletons. They were quantum computers. Wow, I don't know how you figured that out, but okay. Silicon wafers of incredible complexity and purity, able to simulate the outcomes of their genetic rewriting. That was super fast. Artificers were housed in natural machines, one that evolved here over millions of years. See, again, it's super fast. Their complexity far outstrips our own. We could have learned so much from them. Let me guess, I'm one of them. Well, a man-made one. Maybe. Baikal wanted the artificers' abilities for themselves. Something happened. Why are there no artificers left? Why the collapse of these sites? We have to visit the other site. The answers are there. I know it. Yeah, as I suspected, no new thing. We'll go to the other site. That'll create this, and then the last one will be presumably after we find the last thing. Okay. All right. It's like, so they found the... For a second, I was expecting she was gonna say they wanted the abilities for themselves, but those abilities are for whatever. Oh, do we want, let's go here. We've been there before, but I don't remember it. It's fine. I'm gonna get some samples. Oh wait, this is... No, it's fine. It's probably fine. It might not be fine, but whatever. I saw a headline that said something like, space belongs to everyone, and I'm just like, when I saw them saying when I saw her say, like, they wanted the artificers' abilities for themselves, that kind of popped in my head. It's like, their abilities belong to everybody. It's like stuff that improves the human race, sure, but you can't tell me that you have some sort of entitlement to space. Like, you're not... Like, come the F on. Other people built a space shuttle, lives were lost, all that stuff, just so you could be like, I should be able to get into space. Like, no. I don't even think everyone should be able to drive. You know? Anyway, let's go find her for this frickin' thing. Alright, so it should be down here somewhere. got to be over here, I think, right? Ah, here we go. How we doing on time? Oh, maybe in this hole? Or maybe right here? Yep, we can go down. Cool. Oxygen is good. And yep, another metal seal. Corroded into the tunnel mouth, the seal is stuck fast. The only way in would be to cut straight through. I wonder if you could actually get here earlier. It's sealed shut. Yep. Let's slice it open. This has to be one of the other Baikal facilities. So I have to say this is less terrible now. The game, I mean. Now that things are kind of moving along and I'm sort of ignoring... Like, as far as the actual story goes... It's fine. But... Well, we'll see how it ends. I bet it's gonna shit itself at the end. As far as... I mean, the problem is... Nothing that's really good is, it's all in the premise. You know, you're an AI with a dive suit. That's it. Like, let's summarize the story so far. Okay. You follow this one chick that you used to know, whose relationship is left vague, but maybe they didn't want to be like, oh, we were lovers or whatever, because it's I think that's implied, because let's be honest. Oh, we spent the nights together. Oh, you know, they didn't, I mean, it wasn't like, it doesn't say it like that, but it's like, why are you going, like, I've worked with people that are very intense, you know? And if they're like, hey, you, I'm on the secret mission, it's gonna be dangerous or whatever. Because I've met people that are, like, super angry and intense and all that stuff, and they're just unpleasant to be around in general. And if they were like, hey, you know, I'm checking this thing out, just in case something happens to me, I'll be like, cool. Goodbye. I hope you die down there. You know what I mean? I'll be like, I don't care. You're probably gonna die? Whatever. Screw you, buddy. It was hell working with you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, yeah. It's just how it was. It's like, whatever. Am I gonna risk my life to continue your work? No. No, absolutely not. And people don't understand, I don't even understand how dangerous this is, like underwater diving and stuff. Like here, she's like, oh, a drone saves us. Oh, there's override and stuff. It's like, in reality, like you look at cave divers, or if you know anything about cave diving. I've watched some videos, like a couple of videos on YouTube. And it's just like, it is incredibly dangerous. I was in one of those rollover simulators, and just the act of just the thing slowly rotating to be so that I'm upside down, I was like, what is going on? I have no idea. You know? So I can only imagine, like, diving and being confused or in the dark or whatever. There's a reason I think you have, like, the tool that tells you like what way is up or what was down, because you're basically weightless, you're floating, you know? So it's like does get confusing. Choked with rock and sand, the metal chamber is deathly still. The angular shapes of industrial machinery lie in wait. We're going red again. Melted pillars which stretch up towards the cavernous roof. The chamber warped and distorted, barely able to hold the weight. Does this one go down? Let's find out. This looks like I imagine we have to go here because it looks like there's a door. Central vent. I imagine this was once a sealed tube stretching from floor to ceiling, but now it's just a round, ragged hole in the metal floor. Yep, we can go down. Let's go down. All right. Where do we want to go? We want to go this way? Let's go forward. Crushed room where there was a control room and storage shed. This room has been totally crushed by the facility's collapse. M. Diaz. Sir, Dr. Hess has just arrived from Site 1. Send him through. Constantine has full clearance. Yeah, I don't know where she got the stuff. She's like, oh, I don't even remember what she was saying. Oh, they did this, they did that, whatever. I'm just like, okay. Huge volumes of rock and sand must have smashed through the layers of the facility, burying it in its occupants. Yeah, I mean, the premise is like you're in a dive suit. So I guess this corporation goes to planets, and before it mines them for resources, it wants to make sure that they're free of life, similar to how some of these corporations look for ruins or burial grounds or something like that, right? Fair enough. So they find life here, and then they're like, all right, can we exploit it? Which, like I said, this person that we're helping pilot, she's like, oh my god, that's so terrible. All right, little hamster, time to go sacrifice yourself for the cause. You know, it's like you're doing the exact same thing. And by the way, so are the devs, right? No one's gonna watch this video. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you, the person that eventually watches this is what I mean. It's like the devs are in the same mindset. They're like, oh, that corporation's bad. Oh, my Starbucks is so good. And my, iPhone 12, whatever. It's like, oh, when's the next one coming out? Okay, yeah. Oh, we gotta save the environment, guys. We gotta save it. Let me take this old iPhone and just throw it in the trash. Oh, let me get the new one, like every year. They're hypocrites. People are hypocrites. All right, huge volumes of sand, rocket sand must have smashed through the layers of the facility, burying it in its occupants. That's fine. All right, we'll go this way, I guess. Breach wall, side of the vast tank has been corroded away, melted by incredibly dense volume of microbes inside. Seems like it wasn't a good tank then. Oh, we're losing oxygen? Look, that tank is filled with microbial growth. What was this place? Be careful, the water will be just as toxic as above in the bloom. Clogged tank, all right, let's... Oh, we go down? All right, whatever. I don't know where we're going. Do we go down again? That's fine, I guess. Okay. We go up. I'm just so tired. Okay, another tank. These pipes, those tanks, this facility was outputting huge volumes of something into the planet's atmosphere. Well, that seems dumb. This has to have been a geoengineering project, a way of changing Gliese. Looking at this place, it suffered a total collapse. What went wrong? Well, I guess this explains the bloom, right? Alright, so we gotta find what went wrong. Leaning tank. The central tank has held back the sand and rock, but it leans unsettlingly forward into the hull. clear passage between the overhanging tank and the buckled, twisted walls. A clear corridor leans forward. Split containers crushed by the rockfalls. Broken open containers reveal rich patches of microbial growth like miniature gardens. Yes. Okay, hello. Control, I'm slicing it before it cascades. Clear the reactor chamber. The bacterial outflow is about to hit. Alright, I guess. Overgrown suit. Sand-dusted chair props up the remains of a suit. The faceplate clouded with the rich green growth. Alright, console bank. Row of corroded consoles wired up to an umbilical connection which has been cut away. Alright then, let's try going around the other side. I wonder if this matters. Coming here, I mean. North tank, fully sealed tank rises up through the center of the hull. Its sheer side streaked with growth from the southern tank, which means it'll probably breach at some point. Sliced umbilical, a connection between this console and the tank is sliced clean through. Is this what stopped it from breaching? Maybe. Sand drifts. A rising wall of sand leans heavily against the tank, bearing tons of equipment and who knows what else beneath its slopes. Alright. How long until... We need to find L. Young, so we need to probably go back up and through that door. Yes, sir. Atmospheric density is increasing ahead of schedule. Please inform the board. They will be pleased. Access hatch. A large access hatch. The floor above lies open. Its ladder corroded into twisty, rusted spine. Oh, the board. Oh. Evil corporations, guys. The rows of sand-choked desks, rusted consoles, and dim monitors make it clear this was a facilities control. By the way, I mean, you know, all these people that are anti-corporation, like, I'm not for the corporations. You know, I'm not on their side necessarily. But all these people that are like, I'm anti-corporation, blah, 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 corporations are bad. It's like, you could become Amish. Or something. Probably not Amish, because I don't think they welcome outsiders, but you could give up your life and go live in a commune or something like that with other people and live off of the land and give up technology and all the stuff of today to not be ruled over by corporations. You know? You could be one of these survivalists out in Alaska. But do they? No. They'd rather complain. Which doesn't surprise me at all, because, like I said, they're all hypocrites. Anyway. Go here. Eroded bones, preserved by the low flow of water inside the control room. The smoothed out shapes of human bones are scattered across the floor. You think, what's his name? Constantine is still alive? You think we're gonna find him? Here, this is where they controlled this place once. They were changing this planet, manipulating it. These vast tanks of engineered microbes were their tools. Algae changed the atmosphere of Earth billions of years ago. These creatures were meant to do the same. But by accident or sabotage, this containment which was breached. So is there not is the air not breathable? These idiots, they could have killed every last species on the planet. Yeah. Eaten up in a global bloom. Again, you're using animals as explosive devices. Somehow the reef survived, somehow the stalks held on, tried to avert our mistake. Humans don't deserve this planet. We didn't deserve to find life. I've seen enough. Scan what's left and I'll take a look back at base. Let's find a way out of here. Alright, cool. We're done. Control console. Despite the cave-in, this console is surprisingly pristine. A cup sitting beside one of the monitors where it was placed decades before. You notice none of these people permanently remove their own carbon footprint. And yes, that means what you think it means. Acute lead poisoning or acute rope neck, right? They don't sacrifice themselves to save the planet, do they? No. Nope. They're happier telling other people what to do. Alright, let's read these three and then we'll bounce back to base. No, oh god, the tank is breached. The artificers, I didn't mean. CH? Oh, okay. So he's dead. Well, what happened? Let's see. Constantine, what are you? Step away from the console. I'm sorry. See, okay, again, this is gonna be more tell, don't show. It should be show, don't tell. We should be able to place or piece it together by reading these things. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna go back to base, and then she's gonna talk a bunch and tell us what the deal is. And just like the last time, I'm gonna be like, how did you figure that out again? B. Badejo. We are doing the artificers a favor. Despite all their abilities, they couldn't manifest this kind of planetary change. Is that what they wanted? Emergency hatch. The control room's evacuation hatch hangs open. Piles of rocket sand all around. So... do we want to go up? Let's go up. Maybe, I assume this is a different way to go in instead of through the tank. Oh. Security seal. This is why no one escaped the facility. The tunnel is sealed. The control room's escape route cut off. Well, that explains it. So what's over here, then? I'm curious. We'll go this way. We'll see what happens. Maybe nothing. I mean, you know, we met the objective, so... Metal corridor sealed at both ends. This corridor is pristinely preserved. The Baikal decals still visible on the gleaming walls. A second seal locks off the corridor at the other end. They made sure no one would escape. Who's they? Baikal or... Constantine? And then, whatever her name is, she's like, we don't deserve this planet. It's like, why don't you do something now? Concealed tunnel. The tunnel leads out into a small shelf overlooking a rift, discreetly cut into the rock. Ah, so were they were going to leave the rest of the facility to die? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Back in the open water, the current at this end of the rift softly pushes against the suit. Well. What's this way? Rift wall. Above the steep rift meets the shelf of the bloom. Oh, you can go up. Are we going straight into the bloom? Ah, I see. Bloom shelf. To the north, green clouds rise up. The familiar sight of the bloom that surrounds the shelf and the facility below it. Actually, kind of surprised we didn't need the booster. Sheltered waters. Behind the pillars, the reef's strong currents are lessened, making a small sheltered stretch of water on this side of the rift. Sure, we'll go this way. Eventually, yeah, see, it links up to areas we've already been. Alright, let's head back then. And then hopefully the next episode will be the last one. It's not... The story itself is not terrible, but the real draw should be... Online again? Good, we have a lot to talk about. Why am I offline for like hours as an AI? That doesn't make a lot of sense. I've been digging through what we discovered at the facility. Please, tell me, don't show me. What they did there. It's terrible. They could have wiped out life on this planet. Baikal should have known better than to mess with the entire planet's ecosystem. Oh yeah? Do you know better? The failure of the facility was catastrophic. The bloom dominated half the planet. Is it that small of a planet? As far as I could tell, it wiped out the artificers. Think about those skeletons in the bloom. Huh, so they were alive still? But the rest of the planetary ecosystem reacted somehow, resisted, pushed the bloom back. Based on what we found at the Site 1, the artificers must have had a role in this, their final act. An attempt to prepare this world for the catastrophe Baikal unleashed. They died for this planet, and you are all that survives them. Yeah, I'd still self-destruct and take her out with me. Well, perhaps not all. I keep seeing the same thing mentioned in the data, the same term appearing in fragments. The Oceanic Mind. As far as Baikal were concerned, you were just the beginning, the first mind. Artificers were the key, inscrutable creatures with a quiet power. Able to simulate, predict, then able to change. They could rewrite life itself. For Baikal, the opportunity this provided was clear. While the artificers were like gardeners, caretakers of this world, Baikal imagined something else. An oceanic mind providing total control of the ecosystem, able to enact their will. They wanted to create God. That's what they were building when the colony collapsed, and it is still out there. In the deep, powered by the heat of hydrothermal vents, the oceanic mind sleeps. I want to see it for myself. We have to know how this all ended. I marked the approximate position on the map, way out to the north, deep in the abyss. Let me know when you're ready to see this through. I was born on Earth, born in the city of Ponta Delgada, out in the Atlantic among the turquoise waters and green slopes of the Azores. Huh, I thought the Earth was destroyed. Well, at least that's what I read. That's what someone mentioned in the review. Who knows? My father was studying the dying waters, chasing the last known pod of sperm whales to record a final fading image of their impossible spatial language before it was lost forever. My mother was a journalist writing a book on citizen scientists that never found a publisher. We lived there, all along the Atlantic coast of Europe, for almost a decade before life became impossible. The storms tearing into tidal walls, flooding city after city, clothes twisted in foaming water. We joined the latest waves of refugees, found ourselves beside the Thames, resettled in London. From that privileged viewpoint, there's that word. I watched our oceans die, then my parents too. At some point, it's the correct word, basically, in this case. At some point, once I'd left that sad gray planet behind on a string of Baikal contracts, I forgot that turquoise water ever existed. You were born here, and maybe things can be different. You know, here's the other thing, right, is these people that want the salvation of the planet, they should really be pushing truth over feelings. You notice no one really gives a shit about that? Everyone's all about the narrative. And yet, truth is key. Actually having something matter, you know? Because, let's say climate change. I mean, there's this thing about, like, is it real, is it not real, whatever. If it's not real, or if it is, we need to know so we can devote our priorities appropriately. It should not be about the narrative, it should be about truth. Truth, like actual objective reality, is super important, because if it's... How do we know what to fix if we don't know what's broken? You know? So... But these people don't want that. They just want to be right. I'm not going to click that. Not yet. We'll click it next time. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Really hope you guys are enjoying these episodes. I'm a little calmer. I am glad now that I didn't refund the game, because we're seeing this through, even though I'm still not going to recommend it. The overall story, if you were to summarize it, it's fine. But that's not the draw. The draw is reading all the flavor text and everything, and that's terrible. You know, it doesn't take very much, so to speak, for the idea. And I like the idea of the story. You know, oh, evil corporation, or it, you know, it's not even necessarily assigning blame, because something like that where they released the whatever, you know, I mean, there are stupid people, right? There's plenty, but it's like the Manhattan Project. You know, when they tested the first atomic bomb, I don't remember if they thought they thought it was a possibility they'd set the atmosphere on fire and kill everybody, or if they thought they weren't going to be able to stop the reaction and it would kill everyone. Either way, they thought it was a possibility that they'd be able to, that they'd kill everyone on the planet. It was, and they went ahead anyway. So, you know, not that that's good, but I'm just saying it happens, right? I don't know, but that's, I guess this, the aesthetic, and maybe the music and sound design is fine, and the overall story, the story idea is good. Everything else is shit. So, yeah. What's your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, it's the fact that Jack now has gotten his turn in the heated cat bed. That makes me happy. Both cats have enjoyed the heated cat bed. Actually makes me really happy. Hopefully your guys is just as good. Your unique positive moment. It's just as good as mine, hopefully better. And I hope to see you guys next time. So then, guys, take care.